Musashi leaps towards Baki, but Baki, unlocking the speed force, disappeared for like a good second. And then when he reappeared, he punched him 3 times and punched him in the balls. And that
what? Jesus!
Baki went in for a swing, but Musashi cut him across the torso. Then he grabbed his arm and told him, "Let's see how you like your balls getting crushed."
Please don't.
And knees Baki in the dick.
Make sure you follow and subscribe, y'all.
Musashi disappeared into the shadows and started hunting down every single SWAT team member, just like how Roberta was hunting down those special forces in Black Lagoon. These 2 officers were talking about a plan, and the guy that this dude was talking to lifted up his finger in terror and told him, "Sir, he's behind you." Oh, fuck me.
Baki is a straight menace. Just letting y'all know. And I heard he's a booty warrior. He's a booty warrior.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's been a minute since we've done this, but welcome back to the Forbidden Files, the series where we go over the cases of some of the biggest threats to society in fiction. And today we will be taking the second look at the greatest swordsman in real life history who technically got isekai into the Baki universe for shits and giggles. Miyamoto Musashi. Now I'm gonna let y'all know this before we even get started. This is one of the—
My bad, Musashi is the booty warrior. My bad. My bad, y'all. Damn.
Nastiest part 2s I've ever done. All I'ma say is that we went from having random street fights to becoming a national security threat to the entire country of Japan. 5-star wanted level and everything. Bro had to go. So without further ado, case 1. Domesticating a caveman and assaulting Albert Einstein. So
What?
Albert Einstein told the authorities to go in the sewers and find the legendary fighter of the Ooga Booga style. And that legendary fighter is, of course, Pickle. So the authorities went into the sewers and dumped gallons of chloroform so they could knock Pickle out and transport him to Albert Einstein.
Wait a minute. What is that gonna do to the citizens? Like, that shit is gonna get into the water system and potentially kill their ass, bro. What the hell is wrong with these people?
So when they
But it's Japan, though. We know they got a long history of, you know, some real serious crazy stuff.
delivered Pickle to Einstein and he started to inspect his body, Tokugawa pulled up with Musashi.
Japan is
behind
not a
him.
good place.
And Musashi did not waste a single second when he saw Pickle. He walked up to him immediately, lifted his hand up, and slapped the shit out of him. And he didn't even stop with one. He winded his hand up one more time, 5 fingers out in full open palm, and slapped the taser out of Pickle's mouth.
Oh, yeah, and
So
broke his
Musashi
fucking
tells
nose.
everyone that he was just trying to wake him up. And he was impressed that Pickle took 2 slaps to the face and didn't even flinch. So to really make Pickle wake up, Musashi tried to slit Pickle's throat. And this finally got him to wake up. So when the legend of Ooga Booga awoke from his slumber, he looked dead at Musashi. And his first instinct was to eat this nigga. So he lunged in with a Ooga Booga bite. But Musashi shoves his hand in his
God
mouth.
damn.
He proceeds to cut Pickle like 50-something times. But since Pickle is—
Who y'all think winning between Musashi and Ryu from Street Fighter? Who the hell y'all think got it? Who y'all think got that shit? Who y'all think? I think Ryu gonna win that shit, but Musashi, he's a fucking problem.
literally built different. None of Musashi's strikes actually cut him. They only bruised him. So after their first confrontation, they decided to change stages and go to a testing room that could withstand the fight that they were about to have. Now, Albert Einstein was not about to let this happen because he thought that these two were such great scientific achievements that having them fight would be a detriment to science. So this nigga pulls out a Glock and straight up says, "Oh, all right, now everybody calm down. Now you know damn well I can't have nobody touching my..."
That's the best thing you could do. You gotta switch them down because you ain't got no hands. Just say it. That's the best alternative.
So tell Musashi to back up, or I'll switch his ass down and switch G's your ass to Tokugawa. So while Albert Einstein was holding up the room at gunpoint, his wrist ends up getting dislocated and he gets mind shredded.
Mind you, I never seen this fucking episode. I never seen this episode. Bro, how you feel? You just look down, you see your fucking arm, you got the switch, then you just talking all of a sudden your hand is just Like, bro, come on. I'll be fucked up, bro. Oh my God,
He literally felt himself die. And then while Musashi had the gun, he was like, my. So is this the weapon you use in the modern day to switch down your enemies? Then this crazy bastard proceeds to shoot 2 bullets right in between Tokugawa and some random scientist. Like, if this man was off by just a little bit, these 2 would be dead. Now, after Musashi traumatized Albert Einstein and had him sitting in the corner looking like he got put in timeout,
oh shit, I thought he was
Musashi
dead.
started round 2 of their fight. So Pickle lunges in with the Ooga Booga kick. But Musashi hits him in his calf once and had Pickle screaming in pain. So then he went in for a rising Ooga uppercut. But Musashi cuts him across his chest, making him feel excruciating pain again. So Pickle decided to revert back to factory settings, and he gets in his stance where he's on all 4s.
Right.
So he lunges at Musashi and slams him into the wall, and they end up having a test of strength. But Musashi, knowing that Pickle had way more brute strength than him, decided to use that big brain and show off that battle IQ. So he plants his feet on the wall and launches his head.
Oh my God. Oh my God, headbutts is the worst, man.
Into Pickle's face. And he ended up pinning down the legendary fighter of the Ooga Booga style.
Jesus.
But you see, Musashi wasn't satisfied with his victory because he craved more violence. So he proposed that they have a rematch. And in this rematch, he would be able to use his actual sword. Jesus! And he wanted Pickle to be completely starved of food. He wanted to fight him in his most feral state possible. So this was basically going to be another fight to the death. One of these dudes were not walking away from this. So now we fast forward to the final round. And the moment Musashi walked into the ring, Pickle lunged at him with the Ooga Bite. But Musashi had quick draw, quick forward sword. So he swings his sword into Pickle's face. But Pickle's body was so strong, his muscles stopped the sword from cutting through him. Then he swung a Ooga Bite.
Oh my God. Jesus! Oh, hell no. Hell no. I will quit immediately if I swing a katana at you and your skin catch it and deflect that shit and you hit me with a fucking blow to the face, nigga, I'm done. I'm done. There ain't no fucking reason for me to continue this fight. You got it. I don't give a fuck pride. Fuck pride. My life matters. Look at him all twisted up.
Look at the way he hit.
Oh my God. You never seen a nigga get knocked out in that pose ever.
Mid-hit, and his busted ass sandals got flung off too. Now during this fight, Pickle started showing everybody firsthand human evolution. This dude picked the sword up that Musashi hit him with and started swinging the sword. We were literally watching this man evolve in front of our eyes. Pickle finally got the Humanity 2.0 update. So Pickle tried to swing the sword on Musashi, but Musashi cut his eye with his hand, then grabbed his sword and cut Pickle 6 times. Twice in the elbows, twice in the shoulders, and twice in the knees.
Dude, there's something about getting sliced or shot on the side of your kneecap, bro. That is one of the shit that I used to think about when I was young. Like, damn, what if somebody just wanted to torture my ass? Instead of killing me, they turn my leg to the side and shoot the side of my kneecap. That little old knot on the side of your kneecap, bro, that shit, bro, if you think about getting shot right there, I guarantee it will start hurting. Your mind will start playing tricks on you to make it seem like you're in pain. Bro, I'm telling you, that shit, bro, that's one of my fears, bro. Jesus! I can't take that shit. Being shot in all your fucking joints, bro. That is crazy.
Oh
my God, just thinking about it.
In the body. Now, after Musashi sliced up Pickle's joints, Pickle started transforming into his legendary super Ooga Booga form
you got yams?
for one final strike. So Pickle lunged at Musashi just for him to slice both his wrist and his ankle, taking out the rest of his important joints. And after that decisive strike, this fight was over. And Pickle did the unthinkable. This man saw Musashi as a giant prehistoric hornet, and he was a predator that he could not beat. So he started trembling in fear and hopped on all 4s and left. Pickle ran away. He did not want any more smoke from Musashi at all. The man who dominated everybody in the arc before this, and a slayer of one of Truck Coon's avatars, ran away like a bitch. Musashi domesticated this nigga. So after Musashi traumatized Pickle and turned him into a house dog, the next person that stepped up to Musashi was Mr. I'm gonna protect everyone, Motobe. Now, I ain't gonna lie, Motobe fought Musashi like he had something to prove. And I low-key wish I seen the signs before the fight.
Kind of look like, is that like his dad or some shit?
This man hit the Triple H water spit before the fight with a bottle of Hennessy. This is a nigga that has nothing to lose. I should've known he was gonna whoop his ass just off of this. Now, he came into this fight like Batman. Bro's prep time for this was insane. He had a whole game plan to take this man out. So before they start, Motobe offers Musashi a cigarette, and he wants to sit down and have a lung cancer session with him. But Musashi, being up to date with modern commercials, has seen all the no smoking ads, and he refuses because this man already died from lung cancer once. This is actually how he died IRL. Also,
Damn.
He figured out that Motobe poisoned the cigarettes the whole time. So Musashi flicks the cancer stick back at Motobe, but Motobe clocks Musashi with the bottle of Henny, scoring his face, then shoves all that nasty ass tobacco down.
How you getting hurt by the most stupidest way? Stop! Boy, you just fought somebody that was primal. And now you getting your ass whooped with a carton of cigarettes? Come on, man.
So after Motobe put Musashi on his ass, he just started using every weapon you could think of. First thing he did was throw a flashbang at his ass. Then when he was flashed, he came in with a mace and started clocking his shit. He hit him so hard he lost his back teeth. So after he was done beating his ass with the mace, he pulls out a short spear and lunges in at him and tries to shank him. Now Musashi cuts the spear in half, but Motobe countered and kicked his teeth down his throat. Then he pulled out brass knuckles with some spikes on them and rocked him with the right hook. Motobe was whooping that ass. He actually had this man Musashi sweating. Now, while Musashi looked like he was knocked out on
We need to see 10-10 versus this nigga. Who will win between him? 10-10 or him, bro?
Knees, he ended up slicing Motobe down with them. But Motobe with all that Batman
10-10 versus Motobe. Who you think will win between 10-10 and Motobe?
In prep time, planned for this if it ever happened. Because under his clothes, he had a whole set of chainmailed armor. So
yeah, 10-10 losing that shit. 10-10 losing.
Even though Musashi still cut through it, it weakened the blow. So since Motobe's whole torso was wrapped in armor, Musashi tried to go for the weakest parts of the body. So he sliced Motobe's wrist and basically severed his hand from his arm. His hand was hanging on by one muscle fiber. Then he took his ankles. Then after his legs gave out, Musashi cuts him right down the shoulder blade. But while Motobe was on critical health and 1 HP, Baki yelled, "Stop the fight." And this distracted Musashi. So Motobe took advantage of this and tackled Musashi. Then when he got Musashi on the ground,
hit him with a headbutt.
Did the exact same shit Mark did to Conquest.
No.
If your limbs ain't working, then use your hard ass head. So he started headbutting Musashi over and over again.
Oh my God.
Then he took Musashi's back and started to choke him out. And Musashi was fighting to get out of the hold. He shoved his sword right back in the shoulder blade wound, but Motobe did not care. He was going to put Musashi
What the
to sleep.
fuck?
So,
well, I didn't know that happened to Rey Mysterio. Oh, hell, that's murder. That was murder, bro.
after about a good 10 seconds, Motobe did the unthinkable. He made Musashi go night-night and won the fight. Motobe was the first man in history to beat this nigga. Everybody watching the fight were in shock because they couldn't believe what they just saw. They just witnessed the biggest upset in history. This was like when The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak ended. Complete shock.
Yeah.
Niggas had no clue what the f they just witnessed.
Yeah.
And Musashi actually just took this loss on the chin. He admitted defeat and just straight up walked away. But what was about to transpire after Musashi lost was complete chaos and was going to change the entire country forever. Case 2, declaring war on Japan. So after Musashi took his first ever L, he went on The Tonight Show to get interviewed by bootleg Jimmy Fallon. And the reason why he did this, I'ma be real with you, I don't know. But what this man was about to do to bootleg Japanese Jimmy Fallon was going to make him the most wanted man in Japan. So Jimmy goofy ass started asking, "Oh yeah, so you're the legend."
Don't extend your fucking hand. Oh my God. How we just seen this nigga break so many wrists, it don't make no sense. But he just showed the world how weak your fucking wrist is. Make a nigga want to get up and do fucking push-ups, bro. Damn. Fucking chest to the fucking floor. Like, for real.
Hey, Musashi Miyamoto. But I mean, you gotta be LARPing, right? I mean, the cosplay looks great, my man. But we all know Musashi's been dead for like 400 years, so we all know you're not the real one, so you could drop the act. So after Jimmy told Musashi to quit LARPing, Musashi stood up out of his seat, And his invisible sword was visible to everybody. Even on the TV broadcast, you could see it. Then Musashi told Jimmy, "Excuse me, sir, but what is LARPing and what the hell is cosplay? Is this what you modern people call rage bait? Because I think I just took it." So Musashi, clearly taking this as disrespect, decided to show Jimmy that he was the real deal. So he sliced Jimmy right down the middle on live TV.
Oh my
and
God.
knocked his ass out cold.
He turned this nigga into deli ham. He took him straight to the butcher market, bro.
The entire world to see. So after he knocked out Jimmy Fallon live on his show, they put an arrest warrant out for Musashi because he technically assaulted a man live on TV. So the cops pulled up to Tokugawa's estate and surrounded him. Now the investigator came up to Musashi and told him, "Mr. Miyamoto Musashi, you are under arrest for the assaultation of Jimmy Fallon." So after the investigator told him he was under arrest, Musashi just smirked at him and told him, "Okay, I'll come. That is, if you can take me or not." So he draws his sword and cuts their batons in half. Then he blitzes the investigator and crushes his eye. Then all the other cops
I would have said, "You're free to go." Hey, nigga, you free to go. That's what I would have said, "Nigga, you free to go." Hell no.
But they all got taken out with one hit. They didn't stand a
chance. So that nigga hit me in my eye. You free to go. Hell no,
and
bro.
said taking this man in.
I'm not taking this
Musashi dropped 6 cops and crushed a investigator's eye, they officially put a 5-star wanted level on this man's head. They had the SWAT team and the JSDF on his ass. He was the most wanted man in Japan. And since he was wanted and thought he was at war, this is when Musashi became completely unhinged. Because now he was done with knocking people out. Now if you approached him, he was gonna kill you. And the first example of this is when the investigator pulled back up to him. Now, I don't know if bro had a big ass set of balls or if he was just stupid and lost brain cells when Musashi punched him earlier, because he really had the audacity to approach this man alone. So he whips out his gun and tells him, "All right, Mr. Musashi, you are surrounded and there's no way out of this one. We got 100 officers in riot gear ready to beat your ass. So it would be best for you if you would just come along quietly." So,
brother, put your wrist down. You holding your wrist up is a threat at this man. He gonna break every single vertebrae, every single goddamn joint and ligament in your body, and he will literally butt fuck you after that. Bro, stop.
Musashi seeing the investigator whip out a gun signaled to him that he was trying to have a duel. So he told the investigator, "Okay then, let's see if you could shoot me on the count of 3.
If this nigga break his wrist.
2, 3. What in the name of
He flash stepped. This nigga flash stepped. Oh my God.
And when this man sheathed his sword, the investigator got split in half. It was a perfect cut. He evenly distributed his body into 2 serving sizes. And the cut was so clean, he also split the gun. So after he split the investigator in 2, he goes up on top of the bridge and is confronted by a 100-man riot squad. So the leader tells everybody to surround him. And he tells Musashi, "We know you could cut through almost everything, but we got something that your ass can't even cut. Boys, hose his ass down." So they shoot a high-powered water hose at this man, but Musashi dodged and weaved the high-powered water. Then he jumped onto the truck and split the truck in 2. And after he split the truck in 2, the officers had no clue what the hell to do. They were terrified of bro. So the leader pulls out a taser and starts to—
Nigga, he just cut a fucking gun in 2. He just cut a fucking gun in 2. And your ass gonna sit up here and take out a taser like that's really gonna do something. Brother, you need help. You about to die. At that point, if I was in the squad, I would have jumped over the bridge, broke my fucking ankles, and crawled the fuck away, bro. I swear to God, bro, I'm not gonna lose my life for this stupid shit. Who the fuck we supposed to be fighting for? Donald Trump? Hell no. Nigga, I'm gone.
Tase Musashi. And this taser was 500,000 volts. And just for reference, a regular taser is only 50,000. So this taser was lethal. You could literally see his skeleton. So Musashi ended up falling to the ground. And the captain captain continued to tase bro. He had a smile on his face and everything.
You better
Looking
not
at this, they might have to go back and look at bro's body cam history because I don't trust this nigga at all. It got to the point where the other officers had to stop him. So he finally let go of the trigger. And all of the policemen thought that Musashi was dead. But about 5 seconds later, when they were all surrounding him, they heard, well, shit. Y'all motherfuckers just tried to fry me like some chicken.
Oh my God, bro. And look at the way how his eyes look. I would have been this guy right there. And I would have fucking ran, nigga. Hell no. If he started talking, I would have been gone. I would be the one nigga that survived. I swear I will.
And every officer pissed their pants simultaneously. They could not believe this man was alive. So Musashi sprung up and threw the taser off of him. Then while the captain was still pissing his pants, Musashi swung his sword and decapitated the captain.
Damn.
Bro went out in one of the worst ways I've ever seen somebody go out. He pissed his pants and got decapitated at the same time. His legacy in that police department is cooked. They all gonna remember bro's last moments was him pissing his pants while getting beheaded. So after all of this happened, he went up to this one trooper, and to assert his dominance, he cut a riot shield into pieces. Then after he shredded the dude's riot shield, he told all the other officers, pick up your dead and get the hell out of my way.
Oh, yes, sir, massa. Yes, sir, massa. I would most definitely do that, massa. I swear to God, bro. I will do it expeditiously. I swear to God, man. Man, if y'all don't do that, do what this man said, you deserve death. I'm just saying.
Guess what all those 99 troopers did? They were good boys and did exactly what he said.
Yes, sir.
They picked up the dead captain and got the hell out of bro, because they knew they couldn't do anything to stop him. So after they let Musashi go, the Prime Minister of Japan decided to deploy everything at this man and just lock down the whole city. Because Musashi at this point was considered a Avengers level threat. He had to go. So they pulled up on him with a bunch of armored trucks and choppers. But all this man did was smile because he was excited that he had the opportunity to test his swordsmanship against the modern army. So Musashi disappeared into the shadows, and he started picking everybody off like Roberta did to the special forces in Black Lagoon. These two officers were talking about a plan, and the guy that this dude was talking to lifted up his finger in terror and told him, "Sir, he's behind you." Oh, fuck me. So after Musashi murdered the first guard, he cuts off the other poor guy's arms and disperses back into the darkness. And since he had everybody confused and bamboozled, and they had no sort of plan at all, they were easy pickings for Musashi. He would pick off one, then disappear. Then he would appear again. And he kept on doing this over and over.
500,000 volts to the body, why the fuck y'all think that the Japanese army can harm this man? Y'all are so fucking stupid. The police got the same capabilities as the fucking army. Literally. Y'all are dumb, bro. Y'all are dumb. Y'all just want, at this point, it's just pride.
Again, because they had no coordination at all, and he was too fast. They couldn't see him. This ended up turning into a bloodbath. Body parts were everywhere because multiple SWAT team members were getting chopped in half. And if you're wondering, CJ, why can't they just shoot him with a gun? Oh, they tried, but they couldn't hit him at all. They had that good old stormtrooper aim, can't hit shit from a foot away. This one guy tried to switch him down, but he jumped over his bullets and made him eat a knee to the face. Also, just to add on, that knee strike was so strong it shattered a bulletproof visor. So the nigga that got hit by that is probably dead. Yeah. So this one guy tried to get the situation under control and told everybody to surround the cars that he was moving between. But out of nowhere, Musashi appears on top of the car and jumps down and slices the commander in half.
Oh my God, but the Irish. Oh my God. Just give up.
After Musashi
go home. Go see your kids and family.
He yelled to everyone again, collect your dead, mount your chariots, and leave. And guess what they did? they were also some good boys. They all ran away, got in their armored trucks, and left because they valued their lives. They was not about to throw their life away like everybody else. And just off of this scene alone, this man took out like 5 SWAT team squads, bro. So after Musashi dismantled the police force, they came to the conclusion that their best option to stop Musashi was to rely on a 20-year-old that looks like he's 40. They begged Hanayama to fight Musashi because they knew he was durable enough to take multiple sword swings. So Hanayama confronted Musashi in Shibuya. And since this is a Baki universe, you know every single NPC stopped what they were doing to watch this fight on the side of the street.
It's a canon event. Of course.
So big body Hanayama charged up his first punch and threw it right at Musashi's face. And look at this impact. He literally indented his whole fist into Musashi's face before sending him flying down the street. So after Hanayama laid out Musashi, he picked up his whole body with one hand and winded up another massive punch. So he swung at Musashi, but he blocked it with his blade. But even though a whole sword was in Hanayama's fist, he didn't give a damn. He threw another punch at Musashi's face with the sword in his fist.
I would have gave up. How many niggas do I gotta give up to?
And sent him rolling down
Pause.
the street like a bowling ball. Then this man, being such a gentleman, decided to hold out his fist and say, "My fault, OG. I forgot to give you your sword back and shit." So he ripped the katana out of his fist and chucked it at Musashi. And Musashi caught it at point blank range. Now after this, Hanayama had an uppercut coming from hell, and Musashi dodged and proceeded to cut Hanayama's back a total of 5 different times. Now this would have killed anybody else, but obviously Hanayama's built like a
hell no. Why you use this damn image?
tank. So he just turned around and said, "Damn OG, that kinda stung a bit." So Hanayama wanted to have a test of strength with Musashi. So he grabs his hand and just starts to weigh him down immediately. Then he gripped Musashi's face and started crushing it with his gorilla grip ass hands. So it got to the point where Hanayama slammed him on the ground, and it looked like Musashi's eyes were about to pop out of his skull. But when Musashi was trying to gasp for air, he quickly drew his sword and sliced Hanayama straight down the gut. And this finally brought big body Hanayama down to his knees. So after Hanayama got hit with this strike, he had to take a whole time out to wrap his body back up. So while he was wrapping his bandages back up, Baki just spawned in out of nowhere and said, "Oh, hold on, twin. I got something for you real quick. I brought the motherfucking Henny." So Baki sprayed a bunch of Hennessy on Hanayama and told Hanayama to go cook that fraud. But sadly, this hype me up moment did not work at all. They started fighting again and Musashi cut his back. Then he ended up slicing his face. Then he shoved his sword in his eye.
Oh my God. Dude, at some point you just gotta stop.
Spun his body back around, then finished him off with one more slice to the back. So after he took all of these strikes, Hanayama sat down and he basically gave up because he knew he was cooked. There was no beating this man. So after Hanayama sat down, Musashi came up behind him and tried to take his head. He wanted to really finish the fight for good. But Baki stopped him right before he was about to do it and said, "Hey OG, you draw that sword on my twin and I'ma have to kill your ass, OG, you heard?" So Baki challenges Musashi to one final fight. And he was actually going to take this fight seriously and not get embarrassed like he did last time. So they have their final fight in the underground arena. And obviously, because this is the Baki universe, there was an entire live crowd of people that paid to watch this shit. Hell, even Biscuit flew from America to watch this fight. Now, obviously, he came alone because he can't take his wife with him. And if he even tried to bring her big ass—
Damn. Hey. Why you making this shit reality? We know some dudes like big white women. Go on, man. We need to end this. We gotta stop that. We gotta end that whole charade of that. I know it's more cushion for the pushing, but at some point we gotta stop the cushion for the pushing. We need to progress and make a difference with this shit. We gotta stop this, people. My brothers, we gotta stop this. For real, we gotta stop.
on that flight is crashing down and it will be joining the likes of Malaysia Airlines. So Baki and Musashi score off for their final fight to the death. Now the first thing Baki does is throw a kick at him, and the kick whiffed like crazy. All it did was catch one of his eyebrow hairs on his toe. So Baki tried to play it off like, damn OG, if that land on your chin, you going night-night, twin. But then Musashi just smiled at him and told him, impressive little nigga. But tell me, how do your ankles feel right now? And the moment he said that, Baki fell on his ass. And he realizes Musashi broke his ankles. And while he was on the ground processing what just happened, Musashi shoves the bottom of his sandal in his face. Even though this was a fight to the death, this
why do he love twisting niggas fucking joints, bro? I hate that, man.
Dirty ass fighter, I cannot lie. So since Musashi was gonna fight like that, Baki was like, fine, I'll fight like a dirty son bitch too. So Musashi leaps towards Baki, but Baki, unlocking the speed force, disappeared for like a good second. And then when he reappeared, he punched him 3 times and punched him in the balls. And that
what? Jesus! Oh my God, hell no, bro. Why?
Dick punch that he threw damn near knocked bro out. This is probably the hardest bro has ever been hit in his life.
Yeah.
Look at this nigga. He is puffing and puffing, and he is grabbing his balls thinking he lost them like Okaroon. So after Musashi recovered from getting his testes eviscerated, he was like, all right, little bro, I gotta get you back somehow. So Baki went in for a swing, but Musashi cut him across the torso. Then he grabbed his arm and told him, let's see how you like your balls getting crushed.
Please don't.
And knees Baki in the dick.
Why? What's up with the nut checks? Please stop this shit. Oh my God.
When I first watched this, I low-key felt the pain of this shit through the screen. Like, look at this man Baki, bro. Bro's in pure pain.
That is horrible.
Baki fans, y'all might not have to worry about a Baki next generations, because this nigga not having no kids. The Hanma bloodline ends here. So while Baki was walking around holding his shattered jewels, Musashi walked up behind him and sliced him down his back, which made Baki feel his entire upper body getting cut off. Then he shoulder tackled him and sent Baki flying out the ring. So after Musashi hit Baki with a ring,
everybody got fucking yams in here. Pause that, but literally every fucking fighter got yams.
Now, Baki recovered and tossed Musashi's sword to him, and Baki picked up the other one. So when he had Musashi's other sword, Baki started talking shit, saying he was gonna copy his techniques and slaughter Musashi. And he was doing this so he could get Musashi to act arrogant and make a mistake. So he threw Musashi's second sword at him. And Musashi, being an arrogant bastard and wanting to farm more aura points, catches the sword with his bare hand. And this was the opening that Baki was looking for, because both of his hands were occupied. So he kicks Musashi in the face, and he kicked him so hard, his soul left his body for a good second.
Damn.
So after Musashi's soul returned to his body, Baki went in for his last strike. Now Musashi caught the blade again with his bare hands, but that is exactly what Baki intended to happen. Because when Musashi was distracted, he gets ambushed by the old freaky ass lady that put the soul in his body in the first place. And she starts to suck the soul out of Musashi.
What the fuck? Talk about the fucking Holy Ghost, nigga. This is dumb.
I ain't gonna lie, I can't even commentate this part, bro. I'm getting nauseous just looking at this shit on my screen. So after the freaky ass old lady sucked the soul out of his body, she started doing her voodoo shit like and she releases Musashi's soul, finally putting it into the terror that she brought into this world with her freaky voodoo shit. And they put Musashi's body in cryostasis. Now you're probably wondering, why are they not burning this nigga? Why are they not burying him? Because these dumbass scientists in Tokugawa's bald ass decided to preserve his body for the name of science. Now cool, this is a great science experiment, but what's gonna happen if a freaky witchcraft voodoo nigga breaks in and decides to put Musashi's soul back in that body? Then everybody's gonna be gonna come back like Thanos and say, you should have gone for the head. Because these niggas decided to keep his body. I am 99% sure that Tokugawa and these scientists will make great friends with Cecil, because the one thing they got in common is not finishing the job.
Hey, that's how America is literally. I swear to God, bro. they would pretend like they destroyed something that could potentially annihilate the civilization, the whole civilization of the earth, and they would just chain that bitch up, put it in an underground bunker, and study that shit, and keep it just in case we have a mass civil uprising, and they were gonna unleash the bullshit. I wouldn't be surprised if they got Leviathan fucking locked up somewhere, and all of a sudden, oh, we want to take over America. Here go Godzilla. Damn. This shit crazy.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the Musashi Files. Unless they bring this man
it's just like being a nigga and you become rich, and all of a sudden here comes the end of the world. As soon as you get that $1 million hit your bank account, here come an asteroid come down, nigga. Like they were like, we are not gonna let you niggas be rich. Damn. We're not gonna let you live a prosperous life. Hell
no.
More
voodoo magic. And if they do, then God help everybody in that universe. That whole police department need to pray, Albert Einstein need to pray, and Jimmy Fallon ass, because if he interview him again with all that rage bait, that might be the last interview he ever does. Their best bet is probably offering up the entire economy up to Ujiro and telling them, here nigga, damn, here's everybody's tax dollars, now please save us. Cause he don't.
What the fuck? Damn. Is that real? This a real scene? Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yes, they got. But with that being said, this case is closed, and I will see y'all again.
I gotta
soon
watch. I gotta get up to date. I gotta get up to date. I gotta get hip with this shit, man. I gotta get hip with this shit. This episode was a fucking 10 out of 10, nigga. What did you learn? Never fuck with big buff ass niggas that got yams, because they will cut your wrist, destroy your ligaments, and fucking butt fuck you till you die. So let's just keep it real. We're not fucking with him, the booty warrior. We're not fucking with this shit no more. 10 out of 10. Can't wait for the next drop. CJ, I'll see y'all soon.